딸기 cross. Hi, my name is Anna and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton and I am a dancer.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today, we are back with a very special video because it's finally, after many years in the making and after a very long wait to see her again, Wendy's solo debut day.
Today is Wendy's solo debut and the music video is called Like Water, and obviously we watched the teasers leading up to this and we love Wendy and this has been a very long time coming, and her first official musical release since the incident. So there's a lot of emotions tied into this, so let's just go. Bird noises.
She's so cute.
Oh.
내 어깨에 기대 눈을 감아도 돼 햇살은 내 눈 속에 내려앉았고
I love that everything looks like it was painted in watercolors.
깊은 잠이 들어도 낯선 공기가 날 깨워 우린 다음 여기서
Wow.
드디어 보게 될 거야 만나게 될 거야
This, yeah.
그림 같아 가장 아름다운 세상에 My love is like water 이 아픈 곳을 채우는
Oh. The ooh.
감싸고 꼭 안아줘 널 다시 일어나게 해 I need you to hold me 정해져 있어 우리 서로 더 채워주고 도닥여 널 낫게 해 Like water 날 살아있게 해 너라는 힘이
This music style is everything that I had expected her solo debut to be. And then the orchestra. Wow.
The shots are so pretty.
부서지는 듯 몰아쳐도 파도는 어느새
The background ahs are so a cappella.
이 길의 끝이란 운명처럼 모두 내게 흐르고 있어 I want you to love me 네 아픈 나도 느껴져 분명히 상처들을 감싸고 안아줄게 널 다시 일어나게 해 I need you to hold me
Wow. Oh.
정해져 있어 우리 서로 더 채워주고 도닥여 널 낫게 해 Always like water 나를 비추네 Like your water to me 네가 눈 뜰 때쯤에 다 괜찮을 거야
Something about this just made me think of Rookie's Wendy singing.
Okay, so I don't have a lot to say because this was beautiful, but like definitely not as much in my area of expertise, so I'm just gonna say a couple of things about it. The first is that, yeah, this is just beautiful and everything about it is exactly what I expected from Wendy solo music. Not just the music, because obviously like that is very on brand, but also the styling, the aesthetic, like the filters over it, the whole vibe of the song was just very on brand for the image that I have built up of Wendy in my head. And I loved that because I love her. I think she's wonderful. The lyrics though were super impactful and really meaningful, especially like given what she's been through over the last year and a little over a year and like what her fans have been through. And just like overall the vibe of this was very healing, which I thought was really appropriate too because Wendy's kind of like an angel. Like she always tries to comfort her fans and the people around her and like heal them even if she's the one that's in pain. And so I thought that was really beautiful and just like I felt very like relaxed and refreshed by it. I just love her. Like she's just so beautiful inside and out. And so this was wonderful. But that's all I'm gonna say. So Anna's turn.
Hello, so for my comments, I love Wendy. But first thing that I wanted to say was to explain what I said at the end, where I was like, oh, this is just making me think of Rookie's Wendy, like SM Rookie's Wendy. Because I don't know, when I was watching it, the song was making me feel like more emotional, which is why I was pretty quiet. But also, I just kept thinking of like that like video of her monthly eval just holding an acoustic guitar and singing Taylor Swift. That's like a whole nother thing because like look how far she's come, but also instrumentally the song felt much more acoustic. It is just basically like a band. Like you hear the keys, you hear the acoustic in the beginning, you hear bass later, and the perk is like a drum kit, but very simple. And then halfway through the song there's a whole like string, I wouldn't call it a whole orchestra, maybe like a quartet, and the strings added are the way that the song grows. I thought it was interesting though because the structure of the song, you have your whole like first verse, pre-chorus, chorus, then the second verse, and then in place of the second pre-chorus and a chorus you have the strings added, and it's like an instrumental musical interlude before you go into, I guess, what would be a bridge, but it's really just the pre-chorus, a longer variation of the pre-chorus, and then final chorus, which is like the big build-up moment, and like it's really building, and then she does the high note sustained ringing out in the silence back to instrumentally the first verse, and like what she's singing is like the verse melody. So it's just really interesting, and the way that the song was built that way, I was like, oh, it is like water, because it's like the quieter waters in the beginning and it's growing and growing, moving and moving, and then it comes back to the beginning at the end basically. It's just really beautiful. She's really beautiful. Anyways, like up until the chorus, everything that you're hearing instrumentally is very on beat, which is interesting for a song with all this water imagery, but her voice is like the water on top of it. And her voice is, oh my god, we don't even need to talk about how amazing her voice is because like everyone knows. One thing that I kept freaking out about was, yes, the ahs, like sustained notes, but when like she's on a sustained note and then it like goes down or up, like moving in pitch. How to explain this? It's kind of is like water because it's like when she first does the slide down, it's like an ah, and then it's going back up again into the new note, and then it happens again into the next note, like a like sort of wavy. So I was like, oh my god, she's even describing water in like the sustained notes. It happens so much in the chorus, and also like the background ahs that are happening when the strings are first introduced are like that as well. Anyways, I need to stop here because I've talked for too long and I'm just fangirling and rambling, but in case you couldn't tell, I loved it and I love her and it made me feel really emotional. So yeah, Peyton says I should TLDR, so TLDR is we love Wendy. And this solo debut has been a very long time coming, and as Reve loves, we could not be happier that Wendy is back healthy and happy and getting to do what she loves so much.
That being said, if you also are happy that Wendy is back doing what she loves, healthy and happy, and also love her song Like Water, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe,
Ding!
turn on your notification bell, and bye.
Bye!